Hey everyone, and welcome back to the breakdown. Today I'm going to be going over the top 5 best SkyBlock servers of 2021. No matter what kind of SkyBlock server you are looking for, this list is going to have the SkyBlock server for you. I promise that. We have got all of the best ones out there. So I'm not going to delay it. We're just going to jump straight on into it. Now, first and foremost, I'm going to be talking about our server, which is play.breakdowncraft.com. Now, I know a lot of people, get mad at me for including the, our server on these lists. And I think, in this case, you will be surprised at how good our SkyBlock server is if you come play on it. If you don't want to give it a chance because you think that's wrong of me including SkyBlock on our own server on our list of SkyBlock servers, I get it. But trust me when I say we have a huge library of content that is the best tutorial videos, the best top 5 videos out there. And I think it speaks to something whenever I say, this is the best. Sure, we put our, hard work and our time, our blood, sweat, and tears into this thing. But I just looked at 15 SkyBlock servers to make this video, and I still came back to BreakdownCraft being the best one. So that's that. I'm going to leave that there. I always like to address that up front because everybody freaks out about it. So the number one on our list is BreakdownCraft. IP is play.breakdowncraft.com. That info as well as the IPs and server names of every single server I mentioned is in the description down below. But nevertheless, why is BreakdownCraft better than all of these servers out there? Well, I'm going to go through the list. So first and foremost, we have completely custom challenges. Now, there are other servers here that have custom challenges, but we have tons of them. Over 100-something challenges for you to do and complete and play on SkyBlock, allowing you to never get bored. I mean, everything from IS challenges to food-based challenges to block challenges to building challenges, they are all on our SkyBlock server. On top of that, we have a storyline, a true quest-based storyline that pits two rival, entities against each other, and then at one point you have to pick sides and to which side you're going to go on, and that changes how the storyline will progress for you for the rest of it. It is truly incredible, everybody. It is one of the best setups that we've ever seen when it comes to a SkyBlock server. No other SkyBlock server has a storyline like that. You can call these storyline quest, but when you're in game, you just do /story and you can see the story menu and all the storyline quests you have available. They are truly amazing. It's so thought out. It's so cool, and it adds a new element to SkyBlock. That why are you in the sky? Why is everything floating? What is going on? Why are these two entities fighting each other? All that stuff. It is so cool, and it's something that none other SkyBlock server has. At least the top 15, 20 SkyBlocks, none of them have this sort of setup. On top of that, we have incredible rewards. If you log into BreakdownCraft SkyBlock daily, you get rewards for that. If you play on BreakdownCraft SkyBlock, just clock in time in game, not AFK. AFK time doesn't count, but clock in time in game, you get rewards. It's pretty cool. We have awesome kits. We have custom minions for mining, farming, feeding your minions. You can actually automate the process of automating your minions, which is pretty cool. You can do things like storage minions. You've got so many different minions there that you can check out and use in game that work super well. They're a great way, kind of a later game sort of setup that allows you to automate stuff and start working on other areas while mining or farming or whatever is taken care of. On top of that, we have a balanced economy. So many SkyBlock servers have issues balancing their economy, and I get it, it's hard, but we have worked with SkyBlock for so long. We came into this with a balanced setup economy that is ready and rocking. Whether you want to farm mobs, whether you want to do, actual farming, whether you want to do mining, you're going to be able to make money doing that and enjoy doing that. Speaking of make money, we said, you know what? You shouldn't just make money from selling stuff to the shop, so we added in jobs. You heard that right. You actually get money for mining, farming, and doing things like that by hand on BreakdownCraft SkyBlock. No other SkyBlock server out there is doing this where you actually get to earn money in-game from playing and actually doing jobs in-game as well. From mining jobs to farming jobs, there's even a fisherman job if that's what you want to do. I'm going to hit some things pretty fast here because there's just so much packed into this, it's overwhelming. But nevertheless, we have custom super fast vince generators that allow you to create these awesome generators that just mine super fast and keep that mining rolling. We have monthly build competitions, custom voting rewards, tons of different upgrades, from team upgrades to generator upgrades to home upgrades to island size upgrades. It's all there and it's all in game, so you don't have to worry about anything like that. You can easily invite friends to your island and play with multiple people on your island at the exact same time. You can set your own island settings, earn mob coins from killing mobs and things like that. None of these other servers have these cool mob coin setup where you kill mobs, then you can go use your mob coins and buy stuff with it. Pretty cool stuff there. On top of that, it is very user friendly. So many of these SkyBlock servers, even the popular ones, you have to ask in chat how to do stuff and everything, and that's great. It interacts you with the community. But we have a /help book at BreakdownCraft that walks you through all of the basics. And then if you do have any questions, we do have obviously our staff team and community community there to help you out. So many of these servers just don't have any sort of help for new players. If they do, it's overwhelming. We strive to make everything as easy as possible on BreakdownCraft SkyBlock. So that was a lot. I know it was a lot, but there's a lot on BreakdownCraft SkyBlock. I'm going to try my best to give as much thoroughness to every single other server. Like I said, this has been probably 7-8 hours in the making of just this video, going through all the different servers, looking at them, making the notes, getting B-roll on all the servers, and then throwing out half that B-roll because I want to make sure we get the best ones in here. So nevertheless, moving on, we have skyblock.net, and their IP is pretty simple. Skyblock.net is the IP. Again, in the description down below. Now, skyblock.net is an OG SkyBlock server. That's one of the reasons they made the list. They've been doing it longer than anybody else, and because of that, they fixed some of the issues that a lot of other people might be having with SkyBlock. They actually have 3 main SkyBlock servers, which is going to be the classic SkyBlock server. That's the oldest they have, and it's actually from 1.8.9 and was the first SkyBlock server really ever made. Next up, we have the economy SkyBlock server on there, which is going to feature money, lottery, casinos, things like that. It's very money-focused, money-based. If you want to get in there and see how much money you can make the fastest you can make it, that is going to be the server for you. And then there's the traditional survival server, which actually has a grass block-based economy, which is something I've never seen before, and it's more of a vanilla experience and more laid back and just survival and having fun, basically building out your island. All these servers feature cool friends-based menus where you can actually invite friends to your island, have them play with you, all of that stuff, and you can add those friends in-game once they get in-game via a cool GUI menu. That was a really cool system, and yeah, overall just really, really awesome. On top of that, there are different island types to choose from. That's going to be the same across all 3 of those servers as far as I could tell, except Classic, it's a bit different, but the 2 economy and survival servers have the same island setups, but there's a few for you to choose from. And something cool is you can actually see those without having to like go in and make them. You can see what all the different ones are from spawn there. Both the classic and economy servers do have a mob arena as well as player shops and custom island settings that are different from other settings. This is a custom SkyBlock plugin, so while the commands are still /island, for example, they are a bit different than other servers because it's custom. This was the first SkyBlock server. They coded their own plugin and have kept that up over time, which is really, really cool. Overall, though, this is a more basic SkyBlock with a bunch of chat-based commands, which I'm not a big fan of. I like GUIs, but if you're more into chat-based commands, you want more of the classic SkyBlock experience, this is going to be the best for you, and it appeals to a lot of players. Usually there's a couple hundred players on SkyBlock every single day, so yeah, that's pretty cool stuff, and skyblock.net is the most basic classic SkyBlock server for you to check out. Coming in next on our list is Datblock, and their IP, of course, is play.datblock.com. Again, in the description down below to copy that. Nevertheless, the biggest feature that Datblock has is its 1.16.5 base survival. So currently, that's the newest version of Minecraft. I don't know what'll happen when 1.17 comes out. They may update it, they may not, but it's January right now, and 1.16.5 just came out literally yesterday, and they are already updated to it. It is more of another basic SkyBlock though, but again, it's in the newest version, which is not something that many of these other servers offer. Everything here can be done via commands, and as far as I could tell, and I looked pretty hard and asked in chat and all that stuff, there is no /island menu where you can see all the basic island features you have. Every single menu is going to open via its own command, which is just, in my opinion, confusing, but once you learn those commands, they're pretty easy to spit out and use them to get all those GUIs. Now, one of the cool things about Datblock's SkyBlock is actually the shop. The shop is not your standard shop GUI where the prices are fixed and always stay the same. For example, if someone comes in and sells 30,000 carrots to the shop, the price of carrots is going to tank, right? It's going to go down. Meanwhile, if somebody goes in and buys 70,000 carrots to the shop, it's going to make those prices go back up, right? So it's a supply-demand based economy. As far as I could tell, no matter what, you'll be able to sell to the shop, but those prices do fluctuate depending on how much people are selling of something. So if right now it's a good idea to sell melons, that could change in the future based on that variable pricing. Only server I've seen that on ever, and it's really, really cool. Props to Datblock for that sort of economy setup. They also have a cool tier-based upgrade system for island home, island teammates, and island size. That's something that this is unique to Datblock SkyBlock as well. You can upgrade that in-game over time or use their gold system, which is like their in-game purchasable currency, to upgrade that quicker. But overall, that is something I'm not seeing on any SkyBlock servers. It's kind of cool to keep everything the same and tier up. My light just went out. Don't know what that was about, but nevertheless, everything keeps tiering up over time. And then on top of that, they do have custom enchantments, which is something that you don't see on SkyBlock servers much, and is actually unique to Datblock on this list. They are the only ones right now that have custom enchantments. As far as origin upgrades go, they are a bit separate, and they're their own separate menu. See how these menus can get confusing? Yeah, sorry about that, but nevertheless, the generators there are on their own separate menu and do have their own separate upgrades that are separate from the tier-based upgrade system. Probably because mining is such a big part of SkyBlock in many ways. Last but not least, MCMMO on their server is pretty cool because you actually unlock perks and tools and different items and things like that as you level up MCMMO. Instead of it just being leveling up for the sake of leveling up, you actually get perks as you level up MCMMO. Props to them for that. That's something that I actually think is really, really cool. And overall, there is a big learning curve to Dat Block SkyBlock, but it's 1.16.5, which is super unique, and it's more of a basic SkyBlock overall with more advanced features like custom enchants and the cool /shop economy that they have, all kind of put into one. The biggest thing, though, my biggest comment on Dat Block is it's actually a big learning curve. It was really hard to get started once I started playing on that server. It's kind of hard to follow along and all that stuff. Next up on our list is MineSuperior. MineSuperior is a huge Minecraft server, absolutely massive, and they've got to be doing something right to get to that scale, right? And that's why MineSuperior, whose IP is server.mcs.gg, in the description down below, of course, is on this list. They have 2 SkyBlock communities. They have their Infinity SkyBlock community, which is 1.12.2 and has been around for a very, very long time. As far as I know, this lasts forever, and none of these servers have been reset at any point. I'm not committing. I'm no way involved with MineSuperior. They may reset at some point, but as far as I know, they have not reset to this date. The Infinity server has custom island upgrades, minions, and challenges. However, I will say their challenges weren't that great. They have some room to improve there, in my opinion. Also, their island upgrades are pretty cool. They have different upgrades for things like teams or generators, all that stuff. Really cool system there, and something I can like. I actually didn't get to experience their minions, but from what I was able to see from some other islands, they're pretty cool and pretty awesome minions in their own right. Now, their next SkyBlock community at MineSuperior is called Empire. This one's actually pretty new when I'm recording this video. It is also 1.16.5 based, and the reason I didn't include it over Datblock is because it's not as developed yet. They have features that they say are on the way, but they're not out yet, and that's respectable. As a server owner, I get it, but they're promoting them. For example, they said they have quests, and they're not out yet. There's not even a mention of them, and from what I can tell, there's not any mention of what they are. Are they going to be more like challenges? Or are they going to be more like, a quest? I don't know what they are, and that's a problem in my opinion. So that's something I would like to see MineSuperior add, and maybe by the time you're watching this video, they have, so you could go check that out. But at the time I'm recording this, I can't comment on that. What I can comment on, though, is they have pretty cool island upgrades. They are similar to their Infinity setup, but still pretty cool. Again, that's going to be your team, your generator, things like that. Island size can all be upgraded. And then on top of that, they do have minions that are also very similar to their Infinity SkyBlock, with a few tweaks from what I could tell. Nothing major, but they are similar. Both of these servers do lack from that same thing that I've been talking about throughout, which I feel like it's hard to get started. There's a big learning curve on MineSuperior. It's not a starter SkyBlock, if you will. You have to review the commands in chat to be able to learn them. Then once you learn them, you'll be good. But there's a lot of commands, and chat moves fast, and it's just an inefficient system in my opinion, but it is what it is. I do also want to mention that there are different servers for both the Infinity and Empire series. These servers are the exact same as far as I can tell, with maybe their spawns being different between them, but as far as the gameplay features and stuff, they are all very, very similar. Actually, they're the exact same. Now, last but not least, I know you've been screaming it in the comments section. How can any server be better than Hypixel SkyBlock? And I'll be honest with you, I don't consider Hypixel much of a SkyBlock, but they do, and so does the community, so it doesn't matter what I think. They are, of course, making it on this list. Hypixel, whose IP is mc.hypixel.net, is the biggest SkyBlock server out there. But again, I put it at the end because it's not traditional SkyBlock. In my opinion, it reminds me of more of an RPG game than it does a SkyBlock, because while you can build on your island and things like that, you're more of incentivized to, instead of building, going out and exploring their hub area and farming and mining and killing mobs and doing all that stuff there, and then coming back to your island to place the minions down and maybe build a house if you want to and complete some of the challenges and quests they have there. But overall, it's not meant for island building and things like that. It's meant for exploration and RPG and stuff like that. It reminds me more of an RPG is what I'm getting at than it does, or an MMORPG, than a SkyBlock server. Now, we talk about minions a lot. SkyBlock on Hypixel was the first one to add in minions in a big way, and they're very, very good and very, very solid. You do have your minions get full, but they can be upgraded to hold more, and then you have to empty them for them to get back to working again, but it allows you to passively get things like cobblestone, diamonds, different blocks, and things like that. And again, you do have to explore and get cobblestone, and explore and get wheat, and explore and get all this stuff to get the minions for those items, which is also pretty cool. Also in the hub area, you can buy things, you can sell things with fluctuating pricing like what we see on Datblock, but it's a bit different. Some prices are fixed, some prices do change from what I can tell. Some of the merchants are always the same, but then there's some merchants that you can sell to that prices vary, that sort of a thing. So overall, that is a cool setup as well, so you can sell things there, and that's how you earn money. But overall, Hypixel SkyBlock is its own unique beast, and if you want more of an RPG experience, where you're not on your island as much, but you're going out and you're mining and farming in other areas and then coming back to your island with that stuff, then Hypixel is going to be great for you. So that's why they're last on this list. To me, they're not traditional SkyBlock. I wanted to showcase some more traditional SkyBlock servers on this video, but yeah, there you have it. So overall, there is our top 5 list. BreakdownCraft is great, packed full of features, and great for new players. That's one of the things that I've realized as I've reviewed these SkyBlock servers. SkyBlock.net is your classic SkyBlock. If you want the old school SkyBlock experience, that's where SkyBlock.net comes in. Datblock is great for a 1.16.5 SkyBlock experience with a more basic feel overall. And then we do have MineSuperior, with Infinity having some features that are harder to learn with a bigger learning curve, and their Empire server on MineSuperior being brand new and still having all the features pending coming out in the future. I don't know what those are, so I can't really rank them. And then last but not least, we do have Hypixel for that RPG SkyBlock experience where you're not on your island as much, but you're out exploring and all of that stuff. So I hope this gave everyone a fair shake. I know everyone's going to say there's bias for me putting BreakdownCraft first on this list, but the fact of the matter is, I think it's the best from what I've seen. I've looked at all the best servers out there, and it keeps coming up the top. And we are constantly coming. Our roadmap goes for a year of stuff we are adding to our SkyBlock server. I'm sure a lot of these other servers are as well, but we're already working our way there, and there's more coming on the way. The storyline's going to get better. There's going to be new features introduced. The minions are going to get better. It's going to be great. So come play with us. Play.breakdowncraft.com is the IP there. All the other servers are listed in the description down below. Prove me wrong. Go play on BreakdownCraft. See if you don't like it, and if you do, I do apologize, but give it a chance. Nevertheless, my name is Nick. This has been The Breakdown. Thank you so much for watching, and I am out. Peace.